My daily experience or how I use arXiv usually is if there is a new paper or anything that I need as a reference, arXiv is the place for me to go. In fact, when I was writing, so initially one of the first documents that I wrote is this mini analysis note or something. I had all my reference in arXiv, and my supervisor said, well, all these papers are published, so you need to put the published reference. And for me, arXiv was the standard thing, so you just go to arXiv for the that's how. So I think more than going to journals, I go to arXiv if I want to look for any papers or something. What about you?
Essentially, I look at it to be informed of what's happening in the community. And sometimes I think about what I've read on my way to work. Sometimes I use it in my department when there's something new and interesting to tell it also to other people. And I try to suggest to all my students to do the same, to keep a regular information flow from and arXiv serves this purpose very well.
So the idea that I had, and for this, to go place is always arXiv. So and also when I have to write a paper, and I have to look through all for specifically the introduction part where you need to motivate and having all the theory predictions and studies done. For this, it's easy to go to arXiv and just look for keywords, and then you have list of papers or theory works done on that topic.
Sometimes it's I see arXiv as a continuous discussion within the community that never stops. It's a continuous flow of information in the community, and I think at a certain point, if you look backwards, you see a discussion that paved the last 30 years of our community.
Yeah, and I think one of the big advantage of all of these flow and discussions, this history of conversation, or the whole point, the conversation or how ideas develop, is a platform where ideas can be put as fast as possible. And this I personally find extremely useful because you don't have to wait till this extra review of the journals, which takes at least a year extra. So and you can cite if once the paper is in arXiv, then you can cite at conferences, you can show the results, and the scientific conversation and the communication is much faster. And that's for me what arXiv is the biggest advantage of arXiv.
To me, this is it's also the permanence of the information. It will not, I mean, the website could change in many ways, but as long as you have those numbers, you can get any paper out of arXiv.
I have a little bit of experience. So I'm from India, and I studied my master's was in a smaller university, and it doesn't have a lot of access to big journals, which are expensive. And when my professors who were in high energy physics, so in a different institute, and they shared papers with me, the easiest was arXiv. And also even now when I'm discussing with students, or if I have to, I do some outreach programs, and anything in high energy physics, for me it's easy because I have to just give them the arXiv link. I don't have to worry about whether they have access to journals or, and things.
Because when you talk about experimental high energy physics, you can describe so many different things. And I'm sure there's specialized journals where you can find very detailed papers on particular details of the field. But arXiv has the advantage that you can sometimes be exposed to subjects in your field that usually you are not really exposed to, and sometimes you get a glimpse on other parts of your particular field, and it helps also, I guess, improving your general culture on your field.
And I think to an extent this is currently ongoing with arXiv, because I mean, if you see situations where there was an interesting result or a unique result, and we had a lot of papers with possible explanations. I think that kind of is a sort of exchange of ideas, right? Which is happening in arXiv. So of course it would be more difficult to do it in papers, because as I said, the speed at which you can upload your ideas as papers to arXiv is faster. So the reply to those papers would also be faster.
It's a good way to gauge the interest of the community on a topic, because all these people are writing something about this. It might be something I should pay attention to. And I wouldn't do it if it was just in a publication, because since it's a very asynchronous, you don't understand the interest. You cannot gauge the interest of the community with a single publication. You could perhaps do it if you looked at like 1 year of publications. But in arXiv, you understand it in a week if there's something that people are interested about. In less than a week, you see it. When you get, a cartload of new submissions, okay, wait, this might be something I should at least have an opinion about.
I agree. Yes.